Mabon autumn equinox blessings to you. I hope you're having a lovely day. I don't know about where you are, but it's really quite sunny where I am. It's not warm, but it's sunny, so it's a beautiful day. And what this message today is going to be about is where the balance is. So Mabon is all about that balance between the dark and the light. It's also becoming the end of the harvest season as well. So this is a time where it's all about the home, and there's a little practice that I normally do at this time of year, which is to get an apple, cut it in half, and in the centre of the apple is a pentagram, and then I put cloves inside the apple and bake it, and it smells delicious. You could even put a little bit of cinnamon in that as well if you wanted to. And then, but it usually doing that after you've cleansed and cleaned your home, so you've made it nice, and then you've got that warm cozy feeling, and then lighting a candle. So we're entering that time of the year now where we're getting cozy into our homes. So we're bringing our energy within, but we're right in this balance of dark and light. So there's a time there for, especially today, maybe reflecting on the things over the past year that you're grateful for. So let's just see, because sometimes we're always looking at what are the issues, what's the situations, but today we're looking at what are the qualities, what are the quality things that are happening in your life right now. Well, unconditional love is one of those things. So for some of you, and who I'm speaking to today, I feel like today is very loved up for you. You're feeling content in relationships. You're feeling a coming together. Someone here may have recently got engaged or is thinking about getting engaged. I'm seeing like a ring with quite a decent rock on it. So good luck to you. Well done. But this is something that you've been feeling coming for a little while. And I've just noticed there, it looks like a tiny cup on the top. And it is also number 21, which I know yesterday was 21st, today is 22nd. But like Mabon, I always see it as being between the 21st to the 23rd anyway. So it's like, it's in that energy. So there is this real gladness of the heart that I feel is in your energy right now. So that's exciting. Some of you, there is an exciting time coming up in your love life. So that is, it's feeling like commitment or engagement. This is like taking a relationship to another level. So whatever you feel your relationship status is, it's been taken to another level, crossing that bridge that felt delicate not that long ago. So something felt like, oh, I don't know about this. And I'm feeling like maybe even 9 months ago, you were perhaps umming and ahhing about this particular relationship or connection. Like, is this actually good for me? Maybe there was an argument or some kind of issue at that time, but it feels like you have passed some kind of test here. There's some kind of challenge that you had to go through in this relationship, and you both passed the test. That is why there's this loved up feeling now, and you are sensing, you're feeling that something's going to happen. We have Gebo. This is only the rune of sacred marriage. I couldn't even get my words out then. I'm so excited about it. This is a balance between the masculine energies and the feminine energies. This is a sacred marriage, a vow, a commitment that you make to each other. And I feel very good about this particular connection because it feels like two people that are allowing each other to be their individual selves. But when you come together, it's harmonious. There isn't fighting. There isn't a lack of communication. There is still truth that is hidden, I feel, maybe within you or within this other person, but it's a beautiful truth. And it's kind of like the beauty of this is unfolding as you go. But Bacano is signalling this is a new beginning for you. Even over the past 3 days, I feel like this energy has been building of love and gladness and kindness in your heart. But your fear around this is losing yourself within it. The fear is that you're going to lose that independence, or you're going to lose this version of you that you have been really enjoying. So yeah, there's that fear of like, what am I going to have to sacrifice in order to do this? And for some of you, I hate to say this, there's a feeling of like you're going to gain weight or something like that. It's almost like you fear that being in this committed, relationship where there is a contract there almost, or that you're heading towards that if you're getting engaged and getting into marriage. There's this fear of like, but what if I lose myself? What if I gain weight? What if I forget my hobbies? what if I start just doing stuff for them? Because I feel like maybe that's what you've had in previous relationships. But you see, you were never this version of yourself in those relationships. So how far you've come now has not been, oh, I'm doing this now and that's that. You've integrated the teachings. You are the version of yourself that you are now because of the experiences you've had and how you've gone about them, the changes that you've made in your life, the courage that you've had to speak your truth, even when it was uncomfortable or difficult. And, you know, any relationship, there's difficulties, but you've learned now that instead of sitting on something that's an issue, you are going to vocalize that issue straight away in the moment, not sit on it. So there's a difference, and you and the other person have been doing that independently and then coming together. Okay, so it's funny because we've got unconditional there and then the Empress in the reverse position, which is kind of like suggesting that something doesn't feel unconditional. So I feel like this is what is maybe the spear in the heart almost of maybe there's been issues before. So I actually feel like you've been with this person for some time. For some of you, it could be like a number of years. It's definitely longer than a year. And there has been issues maybe with trust or with feeling like abandoned by this person. Or maybe you feel like you've abandoned them before. But you see, what you have to keep remembering is that, especially if you're the female here, you've been working on your home life, on stability and security, and like knowing who you are and what you do. I feel like in previous relationships, or previously in this relationship even, you just coasted. You just went along with what was. You played small. But I feel like in that time, you've grown into knowing what your role and responsibility is. And you are, you know, you're not backing down anymore, but you're also going about things with integrity, you know. You're not just being, this my way or the highway. You are being more, I know what I'm talking about and I'm being honest and truthful. And what aligns with me, I welcome. And what doesn't align with me, I, you know, happily send it on its way. You're not being controlling in any way. But that's a big impact for this as well, is that feeling of not wanting to be controlled. Okay. But you are coming out of this anxious feeling of like, but what if things don't go right? What if it goes wrong? What if this? What if that? What you've got to accept is that all relationships have their struggles. They have their issues. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck in that rut because you've learned how to communicate. So it feels like you're realizing here that maybe you don't have to make so many sacrifices to be in this. Maybe you just have to be yourself. Maybe you just need to allow your authentic self to shine, and it's going to bring the limelight down on just the truth, on who you are and what you want. And it all does seem to be around communication. Now, somebody may be having some issues in their bathroom lately. This could be a leak in the toilet, or it could be a leaky shower, or no hot water, or something like that has happened recently to you. That is a sign or a synchronicity. It can also be a symbol of like there's negative energy draining away here. You're allowing a release of the past. You've been lied to before, and part of your journey here has been raising your spiritual awareness to know whether you're being lied to or not. You're getting used to those feelings feelings. You're getting used to that sensation that you get when you're being lied to. You know when you're being lied to. But something has shifted and changed in this relationship. It feels like there isn't that feeling anymore. You don't get that vibe anymore. I'm also getting, somebody may have said that they don't want to be friends, or that they don't only want to be friends. I do feel as well that you have a fear that your friendship groups don't really like this person or don't really agree with this, but you're not allowing other people's opinions to squash what you want to do and what you need to do. Okay, so there's something about that, the friendship thing. Okay. And you may feel like people are talking about you behind your back in this situation, but all you need to do is step back, see things from a higher perspective, you know, keep going along with your heart. If this resonates with you, drop me a DM. I'd love to go deeper into this reading. Have a blessed day.